with anybody. They want to keep you in isolation. It's part of how do I put it? It's part of mind torture, mental, psychological torture. Every now and then you deny the person access to his family. I would say that the DSS has turned out to become an organization that has no regards for the Nigerian Constitution, neither do they have regards for the law. We are running a country where there's so much impunity, recklessness, lack of accountability, lack of responsibility. Nobody takes responsibility. We're running Nigeria like a banana republic. It is a very, very shameful situation that we're in. We have playing out is a vicious circle of impunity, from the police to the DSS to the Nigerian army. There is complete impunity and lawlessness. An outburst in the last
court session. Okay.
They will make sure he pays for it.
That's that vex when he vex.
Yes.
Say,
So they will make sure he pays for it. Because
so that we pay back with this also.
Exactly, because they feel that they'll say you're growing wings. And they know you have Boko Haram, you have bandits. These are people who have killed, who have maimed, who have destroyed farmlands, who have driven people away from their ancestral homes. And then they come out and say they have repented. And you embrace them with open arms. But you're not doing the same thing for Nnamdi Kanu. Why would people not shout marginalization? How do you identify somebody as an IPOB member? How? And we know that a lot of these youths in the south is that were arrested at that point in time. Some of them were arrested in churches. Our president has made himself look cheap to these people. Yes. You know how much they're talking about? 36.6 billion spent traveling in 1 year. UAE said they're giving names of 400 Nigerians.
Absolutely.
Sponsoring terrorists.
And that Attorney General of the Malami know about it.
So, if as a senator then, what did he do?
So charity for begin from that time.
Yes, what did he do? That is on one side. If tomorrow the investigation indicts some senators, some serving governors, some ex-governors, what would you do?
Yes, I love how that man was actually saying this. He was saying like this Nnamdi Kanu case. All it have done is that it have exposed how this our country how our government don't even obey the laws. I think I love this Nnamdi Kanu case in a way because this case is exposing how our government is. Because assuming that this thing is not happening, we don't know that these governments are impartial in their judgments. Because that's the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention, but we have those that have done the same thing he did that are not in detention. Make it make sense. But I'd like guys to continue the video and you can air your views in the comment section. If you're new here, you can subscribe. Use your boy again. Don't forget to go subscribe and air your views.
Start from the source.
Okay.
And origin of the impunity of security agencies.
Okay.
Have you not observed that when the police arrest you and take you to the station, the first thing they collect from you is your telephone?
So they first deny you communication.
And I think they do that on purpose because they don't want you to relate with anybody. They want to keep you in isolation. It's part of how do I put it? It's part of mind torture, mental, psychological torture. Now, bringing it down to the DSS, like I keep saying, the DSS has not been able to tell Nigerians its core role. What is it meant to do? Somebody's in your captivity and all of that, and every now and then you deny the person access to his family. I would say that the DSS has turned out to become an organization that has no regards for the Nigerian Constitution, neither do they have regards for the law. I mean for the courts, so to say. And the reason why I say it is that we are running a country where there's so much impunity, recklessness, lack of accountability, lack of responsibility. Nobody takes responsibility. Because I don't understand why you have the fourth arm of government, isn't it? Which is the judiciary, making a pronouncement and nobody obeys it. We're running Nigeria like a banana republic. It is a very, very shameful situation that we're in. And, we just laugh over it. We just gloss over it until it affects us directly. So, what we have playing out is a vicious circle of impunity. From the police, to the DSS, to the Nigerian army, there is complete impunity and lawlessness. And if this issue is not arrested, I am telling you, it is going to snowball into something else.
So what did this thing and what did it do mean to Nnamdi Kanu? Because the last time when it happened, the country say all this one that they tilted towards to break them down, make them break them, make them destroy them, make them make them make sure they share pepper.
First of all, let me tell you, the outburst in the last
court session. Okay.
They will make sure he pays for it.
That vex when he vex.
Yes.
Say,
So they will make sure he pays for it because
so that they pay back with this one too.
Exactly, because they feel that they will say you're growing wings. So because we're giving you some leverage, we're giving you access to your lawyer and your family members, you're not behaving like somebody who has lost it. But you see, whether we like it or not, I have always said that Nnamdi Kanu's case should be treated more as a political case. Let's have a political solution. If you don't apply political solution, this thing will go on and on and on without ending. When the people in the southeast keep talking about marginalization, and everybody is asking who is marginalizing who, what is playing out in the southeast is different from what is playing out in the north. In the north, you have Boko Haram, you have bandits. These are people who have killed, who have maimed, who have destroyed farmlands, who have driven people away from their ancestral homes. And then they come out and say they have repented, and you embrace them with open arms. But you're not doing the same thing for Nnamdi Kanu. Why would people not shout marginalization? So we just have a country where a lot of us don't know where we're headed in this country. We don't understand the kind of judicial system we have in Nigeria. And it is really, really affecting the psyche of those of us who believe in patriotism, who believe that this country can be better than what it is right now.
Okay, because about 800 and something Boko Haram and repentant Boko Haram members just they undergo right now the de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration process right now. But what does all this mean, to the people and the people of the Southeast and the marginalization with the Southeast don't be cried for since? Let's keep in mind. What does it mean? Did Igboho also seek for political solution before immediately or Tinubu enter power? They release that. Did he seek for political solution? Sir?
Over time, I have tried so hard not to become tribalistic. I have tried so hard not to look at things from the mind of those who are shouting marginalization. But I tell you, when you go back and you look back at things, you cannot but afford to say something is wrong. It looks as if we're in a country where the Igbo man is an endangered species. It is sad, it is painful, but it's becoming the reality. It's becoming the reality because, tell me, there are a lot of young Igbo boys, youths, who are held in prisons across the country simply because they were identified as IPOB.
Yeah.
Yes.
That kind of thing,
it's still
till now.
Till now. If you remember, I think 2 months back or so, they said well, about 50 of them were released.
Yes.
But there's still a lot of them in detention. And then you ask yourself, you detain these people who have not carried a knife or a gun, and you treat them less humans, less citizens of this country, and you still believe that peace should win.
So in cases like this, lack of balance for judgment, now they make kata the for the country.
That is it.
Now
we keep asking.
So one set of people will feel bad because
I have always asked, and I'll keep asking that question. How do you identify somebody as an IPOB member? How? And we know that a lot of these youths in the southeast that were arrested at that point in time, some of them were arrested in churches, some of them were arrested in drinking, some of them were arrested on the streets. So when you try so hard to be a Nigerian, you find out that the Nigerian system pushes you to that breaking point where you will say, I don't believe in this country.
So you think say these things and what they happen get any role to play on how the international community they see us? Today, our Chief of Defense Staff speak about the visa when they deny for Canada. Can't talk about the fact say they meet all the required thing when they say when they do. They get all the documents, all their things complete. They still deny it. They can't talk say facts moving forward. Say Nigeria not going to tolerate any disrespect. May anybody do them anyhow. Say all these things they must stop. So you think say the things that happen for this country get a role to play?
Nigerian leaders always blow hot and cold. They speak from two sides of the mouth. When South Africans were killing Nigerians, the leaders came out and condemned it, shouted this. But at the end of the day, what happened? So it is one thing for them to come out in the media and showcase themselves. It's another thing for the government to have a political will to follow it to fruition. See, Precious,
sir,
let us ask ourselves this question.
okay.
Since President Tinubu became president, how many world leaders have visited him?
German.
How many? Ask the question. How many?
German, I know this is.
How many times have they? Can you sit back and say, okay, let us take the German chancellor. You know what they call it? How many times has he moved around the world, going from one country to another? So that's a question we should ask. How many times has your president gone on supposedly private trip to France?
Wait, but should the president be even embarking on private trip?
So
staying off the radar, because the much I study about some presidents, you know, suppose they off the radar of the
so
people like
now
that.
we're talking. Now we're talking. Our president has made himself look cheap to these people. Yes. Do you know how much they're talking about? 36.6 billion spent traveling in 1 year.
That's true.
Do you know what that
1 year
of money would do to the Nigerian economy?
Okay, so Prince Francis, and we'll just quickly speak on waiting Akpabio get to talk about the USAID matter. He say, in fact, say, through USAID, I mean USAID, make any mistake, sponsor Boko Haram or put their money for any terrorism for Nigeria. I said they don't get any business to get offices for Nigeria. If you say our Senate President could live through that threat, as they don't invite NSA, GSS boss and the rest of them.
I'm happy your Senate President is talking. But then, talk is cheap. And when I say talk is cheap, I actually mean that talk is cheap. In the sense that he was a senator during Buhari's regime. So it's not that he just became a senator.
Yes. Oh, by the way, that senator when he during Buhari's regime himself, he gave the court really statement now talk about how he used not the person really in that situation.
Now, as a senator then, you remember UAE said they're giving names of 400 Nigerians.
Absolutely.
Sponsoring terrorism.
And that Attorney General of the Malami know about it.
So, if as a senator then, what did he do?
So charity for begin from that time.
Yes, what did he do? That is on one side. Also, don't forget that during Buhari's regime, there were several occasions people said that the Nigerian, the British or the American Red Cross, all these NGOs were providing health care, providing food.
With helicopters.
So what did he do as a senator? So now that he's a Senate President and he's blowing from all sides of the cylinder, outside of the cylinder. I'll be saying it, but let me also ask you the question, Senator sir. If tomorrow the investigation indicts some senators, some serving governors, some ex-governors, what would you do?
Well, moving on for that question. Thank you so much, Francis Chilak. As you follow me, Sinama will talk about this matter. What would you do, Oga Senate President? Here the question they're asking that they are now going to end. Thank you for joining us. Kindly subscribe, click on the subscription button, turn on the notification button, and keep talking about things and conversation that would shape our country. Because we will truly make sure say we get that country of our dream when we desire. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm totally on point. This country's government are unaccountable. They're not accountable of their actions. They don't even care what they're doing. As far as benefiting them, they don't care whether it's benefiting the masses. All they know is that they are doing what they want to do, which does not make any sense. And this is actually what I needed from this person, because he said that this country is impunity, that they don't even take responsibility of their words. Because tell me why the Senate president can come out and say things about that we can protest why they eat. That was what he said. President Babio, that is Senate president. But imagine how these people are saying they are not accountable. DSL don't even have the right to try Nnamdi Kanu in court. Why? Is because the Supreme Court has given an order, and once Supreme Court gives an order, no other court or no other individual have the right to try that person in court. The Supreme Court has given order that Nnamdi Kanu is to be released and that he's innocent. But the federal government, the DSS, the police, the federal high court are still trying him in court, which does not make any sense. That means that they are the ones that are failing the laws. Imagine those that are meant to protect the laws are the ones failing the laws. It doesn't make any sense. And then tomorrow they expect other people to abide by the law. You could imagine that the police are now out arresting anybody that comes on social media or TikTok to call out the government or the police. They will arrest you, which doesn't make any sense. Everybody have the right of freedom of speech. I can come out and say that I don't like what this person is doing, and then it's left for the person to come up and then address the issue. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. Once you speak against the government, they will come against you and they will try to even arrest you and put in detention, go to prison. You will see most of innocent souls who used there that have done nothing. All they did is just that they called out the government. The government is not doing their work, or the government is not doing a nice job. Then they will arrest the person. We have a lot of TikTokers that are still in prison because of what they say about a police or about the government, which is among human rights. But in Nigeria, they've taken all these rights out from us, and nobody have the right again to say anything against the government. It doesn't make any sense. So that's so that they are now accountable. Everything that man said in that video was excellent and what I wanted to hear. So I'd like guys to add your own views in the comment section. I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, guys.